heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSG, That Soccer Guy. Welcome back to a Premier League match preview for Wolves versus Chelsea. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my player ratings and my starting lineup and who I believe is the man in the match. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So look guys, before I get into this, I'm just going to start by saying I will not have an Everton match review out. Obviously, I'm pushing this video out before. I was pretty busy yesterday, so I didn't have time to make a video, but I will talk about it for a minute here if you guys don't mind. As far as the game, I think we played really well. It was a really good game from us. Had a lot of shots, I think like 20 shots in total in the entire game. Complete domination, I'd say, for the majority of that game. And again, just another game where we weren't clinical enough and we kind of paid for it. As good as we were in that last match, I'm hoping that we take that into this match. And we are also good again. We've had a couple players test positive for COVID, Hudson-Odoi, Werner, and Lukaku, so that keeps them out. We have tests coming out today, I believe, that we'll see who is not going to be able to make that trip to Wolverhampton. So hopefully nobody else tests positive. Kovacic is back in training. N'Golo Kanté is back in training. But unfortunately, Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are both doubtful for the game because they have been suffering with pain. So that could potentially mean Kanté and Kovacic get started, even though they're not 100% fit either. It's a struggling period in the team for us. But I built the team that I think should play and what team will give us the best chance at a win today. So with that being said, let's get straight into the starting lineup. Starting with the goalkeeper, of course, there's only one guy you can pick. As long as he's fit, he's going to be in the team, and that is Edouard Mendy. Edouard Mendy, I thought, was pretty good in the Everton match overall. Pretty solid performance from him. Unfortunate to get that goal scored against them. I really want to say that Everton didn't deserve that goal. And maybe they deserved a goal, but we deserved a lot more goals than them. So just unfortunate for Mendy. The defense has been pretty good. We've been going through a tough time with keeping clean sheets, which may be affecting Mendy's confidence. Hopefully not. He still seems very passionate, and you can tell he loves to play for the team. So I hope to see a good performance and hopefully a clean sheet against Wolves. As far as the defense looks like this for the game. I know Chalobah's been back in training. Thiago Silva and Rudiger have really been holding the team up for us, been doing great things for the team, and have really been the reason the team has not been losing some of these games that we could have lost. Defensively, the team hasn't been the greatest lately, but with Rudiger and Silva in there, that's been good. And of course, you have Christensen, Aspi, Chalobah. Either one of those three could rotate into this position, but I think Aspi played in the last game. It is one of his better games lately, but with Chalobah being fit, I think Chalobah should get the start. He's been probably, I'd say, out of the three, these are the top three defenders in our team this season, so I don't see why Chalobah would not start. As far as the midfield, this is where it gets interesting. The midfield looks like this. As far as the left wing back, right wing back, you can't really change that right now. Reece James is going to keep his spot. He's been good this season. Alonso's there by default. Not much to say about Alonso. Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek going through pain right now is the reason why you see Kanté and Kovacic in this team for me. To be 100% honest with you guys, I believe that the team is much better with Kanté and Kovacic. They're willing to get the ball to the forwards. They're the best at playing in the midfield position for our team. They're the best at getting the ball to our offensive players and getting them chances on goal. Jorginho's good at making a quick pass, but hasn't been good enough lately. You could say that's down to how many games he's had to play. Overall, these two are not at 100% fitness, so I do not expect to see the best from them, but I do expect it to be a better duo than Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho, so I hope to see them get back into it really fast and have a great performance with no underlying injuries and no injuries reported after the game. As far as the front line looks like this. Same front line as the last game, just because Kai Havertz is also doubtful. He wasn't feeling that well. And if he's not feeling that well, you don't know how he's going to feel in 2 days when it's time for the game. So he probably will be on the bench. I think this front three was pretty decent for the game, to be completely honest. They didn't get to do as much as I'm sure they would have wanted to do. They just weren't clinical enough. Mason Mount gets all the praise because Mason Mount has been putting in a lot of great performances lately. He scored the most goals in our team right now, 7. So he's going to keep going with that. I think Mount probably scores again in this game, but I'll talk about score predictions in a little bit. Overall, Pulisic is playing out of position, so you can't really expect too much from him. But with Conte and Kovacic sending those balls in to Ziyech and Mount, hopefully that'll allow Pulisic as well to get onto some of these balls. As far as Ziyech has been pretty solid lately. I think there's a good opportunity for him to get into the team and play. He's been very creative. He's looked very good in the past couple games, especially coming on as a sub. He's made an impact in a lot of games, or at least tried to. I was having some doubts about Ziyech a while ago, but overall I think he's been decent recently, good enough to start, especially in a team that's missing a lot of players. I think the front three is going to do much better in this game than they did in the last game, especially who they're supported by in midfield with Alonso, Conte, Kovacic, Reece James. I think this is probably the best team we could play right now to get the win, and I do believe we will get the win. As far as my subs bench looks like this. Pretty much the only people that are able to be on the subs bench are on the subs bench. I don't even know if Ruben and Jorginho will be on the subs bench for the game because, like I said, they're doubtful for the game, at least to start, and Kai Havertz. And honestly, any one of these players could end up with COVID right now, so hopefully nobody ends up with COVID. The only player I think in the whole team that's not in it, Bertinelli, which I don't think we need two goalkeepers, but if we need to fill a slot, we might do that. At this rate, January is coming at a good time for us because we need to bring some reinforcements in, definitely, maybe even pulling some players up from the academy in January just to help us with squad depth because we're really struggling right now with COVID and everything. So hopefully this team recovers pretty quickly. I know Lukaku, Werner, and Callum Hudson-Odoi are going to be out for at least the next 3 matches because they have to quarantine for 10 days. Fortunately, Kovacic got his 10 days done, so he's going to be back for us. And let's hope that nobody else gets COVID and is out for the team because we're not able to have this little players and still be competitive. We're unfortunately now 4 points behind Man City, which in my opinion probably means that the title race is over because the consistency of Man City and Liverpool is very good and we haven't been as consistent as them, especially lately. So I'd say we're still going to get top 3 finish. In my opinion, I think the title challenge is over, unfortunately, and unless they're going to drop some points and we're able to stay consistent, keep players in the team, keep players fresh, keep players healthy, and we can fight our way back into first. Do I think it's 100% impossible for us to win the league right now? No. Is it a lot harder than before? It is definitely much harder than before. Man City is not a team that drops a lot of points during the season. So when we may have like 3 draws and we lose 1 to some teams that we probably shouldn't have lost against, it's just going to be a tough climb back for us. Hopefully we can do it. As far as score predictions for this match, I think our quality is way higher than a Wolves team right now. I think if we get our players this front line, I don't know, consistent enough to get a huge 3-4-0 win. Do I believe we could keep a clean sheet? I do. Do I think we will? I don't really know, to be completely honest. We've been a little shaky at the back lately. As far as score prediction, I'm predicting a 2-0 win for Chelsea. A goal for Mason Mount. He's been scoring and doing really well lately. And a goal from Hakim Ziyech. I don't think Pulisic is going to get into it as much as we would like. Nothing against Pulisic, but ultimately, I think he probably will end up getting replaced by Kai Havertz or somebody that's able to play. Unfortunately, Pulisic is forced to play out of position. He could prove us wrong, and I really hope he does prove everything wrong because Pulisic is probably one of my favorite Chelsea players. We were born in the same state, in the same hospital, and everything. So I hope that he does very well. Hope he stays at Chelsea for a long time. But overall, that is my prediction for the game. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to my review because you will be getting one for this game, unlike the Everton game. I apologize for that again. I try to stay as consistent as possible, but sometimes I will miss. I will do my best to not miss any, but sometimes I will. With all that being said, it's been your boy, TSG, that soccer guy, signing out.
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack up on my